Maybe we
I
should
need a
take a
card.
look around and see if we are going to find what we are looking for. Let me get a beautiful one. Absolutely necessary. We are going to have stevia. Let's see if I have some paprika here. It smells amazing. Maybe I should buy a crock pot. And even on weeks when you feel, oh, I didn't do much, I decided to go to Dollar Tree. Another Monday, another chance to build the best version of ourselves. Even if the routine doesn't go exactly as planned. Because growth isn't about perfect days. It's about showing up, adjusting when life gets in the way, and choosing to keep going anyway. It's a holiday here in Canada, and oh, by the way, my glasses are dark because I was outside and it takes a few minutes to readapt to the indoor lights. It's not that I'm hiding from you. So the vlog started different. I didn't go to the gym because we didn't have classes at the gym, so I did my yoga flow outside. But anyways, this week I think it would be interesting to explore the world of slow cooking a little more. I don't have a crock pot like a traditional one, but I have a pressure cooker and one of the settings is slow cooking, so I'm gonna use this. I'm a mess right now. Although I like to come up with my own recipes, I usually research to get a sense of what works, what doesn't. But a lot of recipes I found, they would use ultra-processed food, and the idea I had was to first come up with easy recipes that you could leave it before you go to work or before you start your day, and to have something ready by dinner time. And secondly, I wanted something healthy, because that's the whole purpose of this vlog, right? So I didn't want to use processed food, especially processed sauce, because I see that a lot of the recipes use those type of sauce. So I want to make simple things that don't require ingredients that would be hard to find, or maybe you have all of them at home already, and yet to be nutritious, to be delicious, and that would actually simplify your day. I'm cooking enough for 4 meals because we are a house of 2, but I always cook doubles. I cook once for dinner and for the next day's lunch. For the first meal of the week, I thought it would be nice to start with something made from ground beef and potatoes. 2 simple, humble ingredients. Sometimes that's all you need, a cozy, no-fuss combination to ease into the rhythm of a new week. Salt and seasoning. We have to be generous now because we are seasoning everything. When we think about quantities, we have to think about the beef and the vegetables. I'm gonna mix the ingredients just a little bit, just so the salt and all the seasonings can get to all the ingredients. I'm gonna add water enough to cover it. You can add broth instead of water if you want. We have to remember that it's gonna be cooking for a long time, so it's gonna have plenty of time to absorb all the flavors from the spices and herbs. Let's see how
how it works because I never use it as a slow cooker. I have this slow cook mode. Okay, let's set for 8 hours and assuming that it's gonna be very slow, like the low settings, because I don't find a way to choose the temperature. I'm gonna put for 8 hours, but I'm gonna check before because I'm not sure it's gonna be low. But yeah, let's do this and hope for the best.
We went on a little adventure to pick it up seedlings and seeds to kick off our balcony garden.
This one is beautiful. It's huge actually.
Yeah, it is.
I thought it would be smaller. Where should we start? $5.99 for starters and around $3.99 for seeds. Yeah, see, they are edible.
Oh, cool.
I'm gonna get this one. This is absolutely necessary. Here, stevia. We are going to have stevia.
Ooh.
I'm so excited for this one.
No, please don't die. Cool.
The whole journey is in the first episode of this year's Balcony Garden series. Don't miss it. It's the start of something we are really excited to grow. And I would love for you to come along.
But now I'm gonna reheat our pizza from yesterday for lunch. Every Sunday I bake pizza. I make my own pizza. I make the crust from scratch and I make double so I don't have to worry about our Monday lunch. And we have 5 hours and a half to go.
Mondays are protein bar day around here. I know you've been seeing me make them a lot on the vlogs, but that's because we really do eat them every day, usually as dessert after dinner, so I'm constantly restocking. It's become one of those non-negotiable habits. Quick to make, easy to grab, and just indulgent enough to feel like a treat while still keeping us on track. So yes, you will keep seeing them because we keep eating them.
I set for 8 hours, but I didn't know that it would take 8 hours plus the time to get to the temperature or to get the pressure. I don't know how it works because I think it got some pressure because it's also a pressure cooker. And I don't know because it's already 7:19. We usually eat around 7, so it's already past time for us to eat. And I really don't know what is going on inside this pot. As far as I know, the original crock pot, you can set the temperature like low or high, and the cook range would be in between 4 to 8 hours. So I don't know if this is extremely low, that would take the 8 hours total, or maybe it's done. So I think I'm gonna open and see how it is. And if it's not done, I leave for a couple of more minutes, right? So let's see. It's actually letting me know that it's not done. Pretty persistent. I don't know, I think it's not done. Amor, I think it's not done.
Why do you think that's not done?
Because the meat looks raw, right?
Oh, the meat looks raw, yeah, that's true.
Let me try the stalk. The smell is good. It smells good.
It smells very good.
It tastes amazing. Maybe a little more of salt and it's good.
This is good.
Really good, right?
Yeah. I don't think it needs a bit more salt.
Let me get a piece of the meat to see better. I actually don't think it's raw. Let me try. I think it's good. Do you want to try it? But definitely we need more salt.
It's good. It's good.
It's good, right? It's done.
It's pretty good. It's
But we need more salt, don't you think? So 7 hours and a half. How can I turn this off? Oh, thank God. My Tuesday started like most of them, with marathon training. I ran 16 kilometers at an easy pace, just easing my body back into longer runs now that the weather is warming up. And the days are slowly stretching out. It's not about pushing hard right now, it's about rebuilding the rhythm, letting distance feel familiar again. Today we have a fun day ahead. Oops, it's gonna be busy for sure, but I love busy days, especially when they are busy with fun things like today. I'm just waiting for Amazon to deliver the pots that I got yesterday, so I can plant my starters and my seeds outside. I hope they deliver them soon because it's kind of hot outside. But before anything, let's start the day by the dinner. No, not this one. And today is the second day of my challenge. And after, oops, oh my God. Yeah, I got it. Today is my second day of the challenge and I'm gonna make chicken thighs. Another thing that I want to test today in the crock pot or in the slow cooker is rice, because I heard that rice can be a little tricky, especially if you like your rice in a certain way. Usually people add the rice by the end because of the consistency, but that's the thing. I'm trying to simplify as much as I can, and I would love to have recipes that I can just put everything inside and forget it for 8 hours. I'm gonna try. First, because I'm not a picky person regarding rice. I don't mind that much about the consistency of the rice. I'm gonna try to add the rice in the beginning just because I wanna see what is gonna happen. After that, I can get a sense if it's something that actually bothers me, or if it's something that I can eat on a regular basis, or even if it's not 100%, I can have an idea of the time. I can see if it would be better just 1 hour less or 2 hours less, or at least guess it, right? And another thing, I'm gonna use brown rice, which is a more, how can I say, it's a harder grain. So I think they are going to be better than white rice. Have that in mind if you are using white rice. I already learned something from yesterday. Two things actually. First, the beef was well cooked, but it was pale because it was not browned. There's the option to brown it before, but it adds one more step and I want to avoid that. And the other thing that I thought is maybe I could color, quote unquote, color the chicken. What I mean by that, I'm gonna apply paprika, smoked paprika, so it gets like this red tone and it's not gonna be so white because, you know, chicken can be a little, I don't know, I don't like white chicken, right? Even though it's gonna be cooked, I don't know. And you can do the same with curry or saffron. I mean, any type of seasoning that colors, quote unquote colors, that adds color to the meat would be a good choice. And the other thing that I'm doing today is I am seasoning the chicken before I add to the pot. Of course, I'm gonna season the pot, but I'm gonna also season the chicken because yesterday everything together was great. The flavor was super intense, but I would feel like the meat need a little more of salt. I'm gonna be sure that I'm gonna salt the chicken properly, and of course all the rest, and I think it's gonna be better this way. And I just realized that I promised something that I don't know if I can give you because I'm not sure I have paprika. Well, I have curry. If I don't find paprika, I'm gonna use curry and it's gonna work as a charm. Let's see if I have some paprika here. I have curry for sure. Oh yes, I have paprika here. Yes, I have paprika. So paprika will be.
Since it was really warm today and I didn't have the pots ready for planting yet, I decided to water the seedlings out on the balcony. It wasn't much, but it felt like just the right thing. A small act of care to hold them over until they have a place to grow. The pots finally arrived, and it felt like my little balcony garden project was officially beginning.
So this time I left only for 7 hours because yesterday I started with 8, but at 7:30 I tried and it was ready. But today is chicken, so I think it's a little faster. Let's see how it is, and if it's not done, I'm gonna leave it cooking for another hour or 30 minutes. I don't know. Let's see. I think it's ready. Actually, the water dried. I didn't know it could dry. I was expecting that I would have to drain the food. And to be honest, I think, yeah, it's ready. It's definitely ready. I don't know if it's too ready. I don't know if it was too much time, but my husband is not home, so I have to wait for him so we can have dinner. And I'm curious to try it.
It's definitely cooked. Let me try it. The chicken is definitely done. It tastes good. You know what? Again, it lacks a little of salt. Let me try the rice. The rice, as you can see, the consistency I was expecting, it's kind of, how can I say? It's mushy. Is that a word? It's kind of gooey, you know? But I was expecting that. But it tastes delicious. Maybe it's not your type of rice. If you prefer dry rice that is harder, or there it's more, I don't know. This one is definitely, it's not the favorite of a lot of people, but I don't mind. It's very tender. I'd rather cooking this way and don't have to worry at all about adding anything in the middle of the process. I mean, 7 hours ago, I mixed everything together, put there, and forgot. So yeah, definitely more salt, but other than that, perfect.
I am so curious to see my garden. Oh, it just started raining, so I have to be quick, especially because it's so cold outside right now. Yeah, I think everyone survived the night. I don't even need to water it today because it's gonna rain. Actually, it's already raining. So let's go inside because it's so cold. Woo. Oh my God, it's so cold. Yes, better. As you can see, we had to put the chairs over the mattress because it was about to fly because of the wind.
Another day started with dinner in the crock pot. A quiet decision that makes the rest of the day feel a little more held together. The ingredients go in early, and from that moment on, the house slowly starts to carry the scent of what's to come.
Similar to what I did with the chicken, I seasoned the meat separately. First, because I want the meat to get a little more color so it doesn't look too pale, because even though it was fully cooked, it didn't look like. So it would be more pleasant this way, right? And the second thing, I want the meat to get tastier, because on Monday it was tasty, but it was missing a little of salt. So to be sure it's gonna be salty enough, I season it separately. What time is it? Oh, another thing. On Monday, I set the timer for 8 hours. I checked it on 7.5 and it was already good. So this time I'm gonna try for 7 hours and I'm gonna see if it's enough. If it's not, I leave it for 30 minutes more.
Outside, the rain continues without pause. It's not dramatic, just constant. The kind of rain that settles in like it's unpacking for a stay. The forecast doesn't promise much change, only more of the same. Low skies, damp streets, and jackets that never fully dry. Still, the rhythm indoors feels different. Slower, more deliberate. Tasks stretch out, thoughts unfold at their own pace, and the hours feel softer around the edges. The crock pot hums in the background while the world outside stays wet and gray.
I think it's a little raw. Yeah, I think it's gonna need like 30 minutes more. Let me try the potato. The potato is so good. Super tender. Let me get another spoon. Let's see. It's so good. This time the salt's not missing. But I think I'm gonna leave it for at least 30 more minutes.
Since the rain still hasn't let up, today's run had to happen on the treadmill at the gym. I'm not a fan of treadmill running. It always feels, I don't know, a little disconnected, boring. But I used the opportunity to get in one of my conditioning sessions. The kind I usually put off, but I know I need to include in my training. It wasn't my favorite, but it was necessary. And sometimes that's the real win. Showing up, adjusting the plan, and getting it done anyway. Rain or not, the work moves forward.
I have to confess, every morning when I have to start to prepare dinner, I have to gather the ingredients to put in the crock pot or in my instant pot in my case. I have some resistance, I would say, because it's not a normal time for me to be doing cooking chores. But by the end of the day, after I finish my work, and I remember that I don't have to cook. Not only I don't have to cook, but also my dinner will be fresh, because it's not that I prepared beforehand, it's being prepared. So I'm gonna eat something super fresh, just done, and yet I don't have to work in the end of the day. So I've been liking this routine. Of course, I'm doing this week because of the vlogs. I wanted to have something for the vlogs and to test around, to show you how it would be. But I'm really liking this routine, to be honest. And my husband actually is loving the meals. I was kind of afraid because I feel like the flavors are better, way better, but the texture of the food, it's not there, I would say. It's different. Everything in life has a positive and a negative side. I would say cooking in a slow cooker would bring you way more flavors with less ingredients, because as you've been seeing, I'm not using anything, I don't know, anything processed, any sauce that is very concentrated in this or that. I'm using a few ingredients, but because it stays there for hours, it gets so much flavor. It's so good. But the texture, especially the rice, I'm gonna make rice again today, especially the rice, it doesn't get as it would be like if I would make it in a more conventional way. I don't mind, I prefer this way and not having to work as hard as I would have to do on a weekday. And it doesn't bother my husband either. He actually enjoys it. So I think I'm gonna incorporate more meals like these ones in my routine, because it's very convenient and it's nutritious, it's delicious, as I said. I mean, maybe I should buy a crock pot, a real crock pot, right? I don't know. I'm already working on our dinner for tomorrow night. For tomorrow, I want to prepare a classic. I'm gonna make barbecue pork ribs. But here's the twist. I'm gonna make my own barbecue sauce, because you know, the ones that you get from the supermarket, they are highly processed. Oof, they are not good stuff. They are loaded with sugar, with refined sugar. And you know, I'm always trying to find new ways to make classic recipes in a more healthier way.
If you've been here for a while, you probably know I usually don't blend my tomatoes. I prefer my sauce on the rustic side. But this time I figured a smoother base would work better for my barbecue sauce I'm making.
By the way, if you're new here, why I usually don't blend, and actually I usually don't take the skins off, because I believe most of the times when we don't cook or when we procrastinate on cooking or on making our own meals, it's because of convenience. So we have to make wholesome meals convenient, like processed food. And I like to think about steps that I can just skip and make my prep simpler. And I actually don't mind to eat the tomato, like pieces of the tomato, so I don't blend because it's one step less. This way I'll have less chances of procrastinating when I'm thinking about making my own tomato sauce. Another thing that usually I do different is I don't remove the skin because it's another step, and I don't mind about the seeds. But besides, because it's more convenient this way, actually both brings benefits to your sauce. First, they are not harmful at all. Secondly, they add more vitamins, more fibers to your sauce. So I just leave that way. I was smelling the sauce and I thought, oh my god, it smells like real barbecue sauce. What I was expecting. Of course, it's a real barbecue sauce. It smells amazing. Actually, let's taste it. Ooh, so good. But be careful with the pepper, just saying. But it's so good. Oh my god, it keeps raining outside and the forecast is not good at all. It keeps raining. But wait, see, for the rest of the week it's gonna be raining. According to the weather app, we are going to wait until Monday to see the sun.
Last task of the day, preparing the yogurt I'll be using for tomorrow's popsicle recipe. It's a small step, but it sets the tone. Just a few minutes tonight to make tomorrow feel a little easier. The last day of my Crock Pot challenge, quote-unquote challenge, or at least series, and I'm so excited for the recipe today because it's a classic and it was the first one that came to my mind. It's perfect for late afternoon or in the evening on the balcony enjoying that warm breeze, and it's gonna be raining probably. Anyways, we won't have the balcony, but I'm pretty sure we're going to have beautiful pork ribs. Yesterday we made the sauce together, the barbecue sauce, a healthy version that I think I'm gonna make more because I really like it. The result is, it was exactly like what you would buy from a store. Today is gonna be a little different because I wanna make corns in the cob or on the cob. How can I call it? English is not my first language. Anyways, I'm kind of afraid to leave the corns there for 8 hours. So I'm gonna add the corn in the middle of the process, like in the 4-hour mark. And yes,
It's a lot of ribs for 2 people. But my husband said he was the one who got it for me. He said that this was the smallest one he could find in the supermarket. So my idea is to make all of it, and then of course we are going to eat just a part of it tonight, and then I'm gonna make other things with the leftovers.
Another staple in our house, the protein popsicles we eat every single day. I've been making this recipe weekly, but I try to switch it up a little each time. A new flavor, a small tweak, just enough to keep it interesting. By the time summer really arrives, we'll have plenty of versions to choose from. Because let's be honest, if we are going to eat them every day, they'd better keep surprising us.
Balcony, I don't even remember. No, I think it was raining every day this week, right? I don't remember anymore. And I feel like, how can I explain? It's not a waste of time, it's not a waste of week, but I feel like the vlog is not full of content. Yeah, and that for me means like I didn't live at fullest, or I didn't live everything I could live this week. Does that make sense? I don't know. If I think about it, I did the same things I do in a regular week. I cooked, I worked on editing, I wrote, I read. I think all of the things. But just because it was inside, it looks like it's the same, like every day is the same. You don't feel like you are enjoying it. Or maybe because that's who I am. If you don't know me, I'm a Brazilian Canadian. I was born in Brazil and I lived there for most of my life. So you can imagine that I was born and raised under the sun. So for me, when I have days like this, I don't feel in my environment. You know what I mean? Like, I understand that I moved to a cold country. I understand that I have to face cold weather, that I have to face long winters, and I signed up for that. I know that. So I thrive during winter, actually. I like winter, I like cold months, but I think my mind is prepared for that. I have this whole agenda, or this whole, how can I say, this whole list of things that I like to do during winter, and in a way, I enjoy winter. But when spring is like this, it's like I was bamboozled because that's not what they promised to me. Oh God, please, spring, give me spring. I think I feel disappointed because that's not what I was expecting. I expect cold during winter, I expect snow, I expect long winters, I expect long nights, short days during the cold months, but I don't expect being raining for a whole week in a time of the year when I should be enjoying the balcony. That's how I feel. But it's interesting because trying to remember what I did this week, I just remember that we started the week, we started the vlog going to the nursery to buy the plants for the balcony, with a fun project, with exciting project. And I have to remember of that. It's not because it's not sunny outside that we are not living, or even that we are not enjoying life. So yeah, maybe my brain, my tropical brain, is wired to look for bright skies, to look for blue skies, and I don't know. I think I have to work on that. But last vlog, if you watched the latest vlog, I was telling that I was surprised about the amount of footage that I could record on a week, and I was glad. I was feeling grateful for that, because that meant that I lived a full week, that I had plenty of experience during a week. So for this vlog, I think the lesson or the words that I want to say to you is that time is always the same. All of our days, the good and the bads, they will always have 24 hours. They don't change. The weeks, they will always have 7 days. Time never stops. Time will be always running, and we will be always living. So make sure not only that you are living your life, that you are doing things, but also make sure that you are aware of those things that you are living, that you are actually living. And even on weeks when you feel, oh, I didn't do much, don't forget that you lived the same amount of minutes or seconds or hours, and you did the best you could. Even if you feel that you didn't take advantage of the week because you didn't work a lot, or if you're not as productive as you wanted to be, maybe it's because at that time that's exactly what you needed. You needed to rest, you needed to do nothing. So I think this week was kind of like this. It was more like a slow vlog, but it was life lived. Sometimes life is lived in a fast pace, sometimes in a slow pace, but it's always exactly what we need. It's not raining anymore, but still it's not the best weather. Oh, it's cold. I had this hope that we could eat outside tonight, but I don't think so. It's too cold. You can see a few people running or riding bikes, but not people like strolling or enjoying the weather. And every day I come here to see my plants, or at least to try to see any plants. I'm so excited for them to come out, but still no signs, which is expected, right? Yeah, nothing yet. But I think the starters, they are thriving. I was kind of afraid that they would die, but so far nobody died.
I spent my morning at Dollar Tree, picking up a few more things for our garden. The whole adventure is part of our balcony garden series, where I show everything I found. So let's take a look on everything I got and how we are putting it all to use. Don't miss it. It's full of little finds and garden inspiration on a budget. We wrapped up the week with one of our favorite things, a trip to the stadium to watch Toronto FC, who once again lost at home.
Good, thanks. Yep, there's one. And stairs to the right here.
Okay, thank you.
We haven't had much luck this season, but that doesn't stop us. We go whenever we get the chance, because win or lose, we still love the energy, the ritual, and that feeling of being part of something. Even if it comes with a little heartbreak.